Dreamworld is an upcoming RPG game, right now accessible through public playtest. The main thing they advertise themselves are about endless building possibilities and huge, I mean enormously huge world. They said it has infinitive, procedurally generated world, and they had 12-hour long video where they fly in one direction. They claim that would make Dreamworld staggering 10,000 times larger than the World of Warcraft. So let's stop talking and show some stuff from the Dreamworld. So I had to mention they are using AI in this game, and I will point out some moments where are some weird spots. Like here on character customization page are weird colors, eyes look weird. I have graphics card on minimum requirement for this game, so maybe that is also affecting something here. So when character is set up, player drops through void of buildings, and at one spot even was one monster showcased. I will point out that character at start had half of cape, so keep this in mind as later it disappears. One of trees had a weird graphical appearance, maybe that was due to my GPU unit. So at start I wandered around a bit as I had no clue where I am. Eventually started doing some quests and ended up building my first base. At this moment I did not know that this actually is tutorial island and every building will be destroyed after 3 days of being built. And that actually happened to me multiple times. Talking of glitches, one of tutorial quests involved a dummy which spawned in and I had to do some fight moves, but I did not read the quest hints and just wondered why this dummy is following me. It even spawned in the middle of fight with the goblins. Another funny moment where God was standing in a weird position on a wood branch. Eventually I did understand I had to do the quest to stop the constant dummies respawning at me. But there was one positive thing out of that. I got some resources each time I destroyed it, so pretty easy source for some resources. Next I tried farming and ended up flying in the sky. At start I even thought this is a glitch, but actually this is an intended mechanic, as there are special mushrooms to grow, called parashrooms. So I did also fight some goblins, they are pretty easy to deal with. Eventually I got the task to go in caves, and it is the best way to acquire necessary ores for weapons by mining and also attacking goblins. Some insight into cooking. Player can cook various types of food. The most health gives various kind of soaps, but the most reproducible for me was potatoes, as those can be easily grown. So acquired some food and did go to the big journey to find out how big this island are. So I took parashroom and flew out of this land. But I was spawned back into it. At that moment I did not understood why, but it was due to fact I had not completed the tutorial. So I went back to the edge of the island and went to explore more of it. But eventually I got bored and thought, okay, I will climb this huge mountain. That was pretty challenging, to be honest. Basically, your stamina deteriorates and I had to get in time to rest somewhere. And if not, you just drop down, which happened to me multiple times. At one moment I literally almost died, had one life point left. I don't know how I survived, probably I was just lucky. So eventually I got to the top and that view was staggering. I could see the whole island. Yes, this is floating island in the sky. And this was the first time I actually got some more understanding where I am. So basically next time I log in, which were like 3 days later, I found that my house was despawned, and that is because this is a tutorial island. As I mentioned, player buildings are removed after 3 days. So I gathered some resources and tried to finish that tutorial. At the end there was even a quest to defeat one boss on this island, and I tried, but basically I was too weak. Also, he sometimes spawned on elevated platform, and I could not reach him. I would need a bow in this case, but those can't be acquired on this island. So I decided to return later. Before I tried to leave this island, I wanted to test one feature. Player can create new building materials in this game using AI stuff. Basically, you write what you want, so I wrote dinosaur, and I got one. I wondered if I write large dinosaur, it would give me the large one, but here I was wrong, as that was same size as previous one. So eventually I was asked in quests to leave the island, and that is the moment when player is allowed to leave the island. So I took the chance. As you can see, map is huge. As I landed, there were some minor glitches with camera, so I accidentally activated some kind of beacon. I don't know what is the purpose of them, and is that activation important. And the first enemies, skeletons, which was something new after Tutorial Island. From skeletons player can get bones, and those actually is quite precious, as is needed for bone equipment, which is one tier higher than amethyst equipment. So for this time, this is all. This world is enormous, and I think I will make few additional episodes with my adventures in this world, so stay tuned for the new episode. Hit a like if you would want to see the next one.